Hey everybody, Terrified Beekeeper here. It is May the, I don't know, like
14th.
14th, I think. I don't know, it's quarantine. So, I don't know, it's sometime in the early summerish type something, I guess. Gonna do an inspection today. Haven't been in here for a couple weeks, maybe 10 days, I guess. Want to see how my new queen is doing. I saw eggs in here the last time I was in it, and I just want to see how they're doing and look for development and brood and that sort of thing. So we'll go ahead and get rolling here. I got my smoker. All right, at this point, I'm gonna switch over to narrating from inside. Um, the What I'm looking for here is I'm looking at these pollen patties we put in to see how much damage they've done to them. They've worked on them pretty well. I just need to make sure they aren't moldy. And being colorblind, it's sometimes tough to tell. Um, so this next piece I'm going to pick up here, I can't tell if that's mold on it up here at the top or if yeah, it's hard to keep that still. It's tough for me to know. See that part right there? So I'm not really sure if that's mold or not. So if you want to leave me a comment, I would appreciate it. Zip forward a little bit here just to sort of start looking at the inside. I took 3 frames out. There was nothing on any of those 3 frames. So I've already slid a couple over. So this would be frame 6. And you can see on frame 6, on the sort of inside, they've really started working on the inside of that, drawing out that comb. I tell you, I really wish I were starting out with a nuke, drawing 10 frames of just foundation. It's a lot to ask. So it's taken them a while. They're getting there. They're just weak. And as I keep commenting on, the weather has been atrocious for bees. It's been too cold. If it hasn't been too cold, it's been too rainy. And when the rain hasn't been coming down in sheets, it's been windy like a daggum hurricane. Um, right now, by the way, is when I figured out that I was smoking myself out from the bees, and that if I was not enjoying that, certainly they were not either. Now, this is my next frame, and I was just sort of checking it out, and to my surprise, was able to find the queen, which I believe we'll zoom in on here in just a second. Yeah, there we go. And you can see her with her blue dot walking around. She's a big girl there. So that does, though, look like brood all around on that frame. So um, looking good to me, I think. But if you spot something that looks unusual to you or doesn't look good, let me know. I would really appreciate that. But like I say, it looks pretty good to me. We've got some brood. It looks like some of it's already hatched out, which is good. Um, so that explains why it's not sort of a solid frame of capped brood, because I think some of it's already hatched, so or emerged, or whatever they do. Got another frame here, looking very very similar. Um, we've got brood, got a lot of bees working on them. They're doing what they do. So you can see that there. That looks pretty good. I think there's a drone cell right there, which I just sort of left. Figure why not? The colony wants to do what the colony wants to do, and I shouldn't mess with it. So that's my second or third frame of fairly decent activity. I think that was second. Then we've got our third frame here coming up of the actual sort of colony, and they're looking pretty good. You can see the shininess there. They're putting away that sugar syrup I've been feeding them, so that makes me happy. And then on the back side of this frame, there's just not a whole lot of activity going on, and that's frame number 9. So really, at this point, I think it's fair to say we have a three-frame colony, which is not huge. I'm doing an experiment here. I decided to see if they would go to pollen if I just left out dry pollen substitute, and I just put it in this little Tupperware container right beside the hive. I did that yesterday afternoon. It's been there 24 hours. They've completely ignored it, which tells me they're finding stuff in nature, and that makes me happy that they don't seem to need the fake stuff, which I feel like they would go to if they needed it. So I feel pretty good that they are ignoring it. That's a good sign if you ask me. So we'll see.